Welcome to this week's edition of FMBN podcast here on 7FM TV, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. The purpose of FMBN podcast is to enlighten and keep you informed of all the workings, products, and services that Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria offers. And again, this program comes up here on 7FM TV every week with housing facts, exclusive interviews, commentaries, news, and many more on affordable housing in Nigeria. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so that you will be the first to be notified each time we post something here on 7FM TV. My name is Patience Oka, your host. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Stop. 1, 2. Now, who crowd? What? Stop! No, people. Don't go back.
Sorry, comrade. As an up-to-date contributor of the National Housing Fund, I will advise you to just apply straight away for a mortgage loan. Yes, there are several types you could apply for. There is the rent to own a home loan. There is the cooperative loan. There are several of them. Instead of paying so much money to these Shylock landlords.
At the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, everyone deserves a home.
All right, welcome back to FMBN podcast here on 7FM TV, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. So let's talk about the housing facts. A lot of people are asking this question: how many times can they get National Housing Fund loan? Here's the response.
A contributor can only obtain National Housing Fund loan facility once in a lifetime.
Good to know you are still with us here on 7FM TV and you are watching FMBN podcast, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Moving forward is an exclusive interview with 7FM TV correspondent Austin Sinam with the Group Head Strategy and Performance Management, Mr. Oladapo Fakeye. Let's join the conversation.
Our mandate is the whole of Nigeria. So we operate to provide housing in every part of the country, but we must also be sensitive to the aspect of where the demand is. So in a Lagos state, or in a Lagos city, for example, there will be much more demand for housing than probably in the village anywhere else in the country. Yes, for anybody who is a Nigerian, who is resident in a village, so-called village as we call it, and who requires housing as a contributor to National Housing Fund scheme, you can approach the bank, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, and get a facility that meets your need. So it could be for construction, or it could be for renovation, for instance. So it is open to all Nigerians, whether you reside in the village or whether you reside in the township.
Are there stronghold for the Federal Mortgage Bank? Do you have stronghold cities?
With every city in Nigeria, every state in Nigeria is a stronghold. It's a stronghold for us.
Okay, let me see.
We operate everywhere.
All right, thank you so much.
And we offer the same level of services everywhere.
Transparency.
Exactly. So the same kind of service we offer in Abuja or FCT, for instance, is the same level of service, is the same product, is the same level of assets that somebody in a Sokoto or a Bayelsa or in Nasarawa or your state would have access to.
Okay. Yeah. Let me still take you back to that meeting held in August. At the retreat, the chairman, board of directors, reviewed that as part of the FMBN strategy plan, the bank has concluded arrangements to expand the housing stock by financing a cumulative of 100,000 housing units and growing mortgages to 712 billion in 2024. How does the FMBN intend to achieve this and other aspirations of the strategic plan?
All right.
100,000 houses within 712 billion. So how do you intend to achieve that plan?
Okay, so anybody will tell you in the country that we have probably an existing housing gap, running probably to millions. So 100,000 is still a far cry from what we actually need. So it shows that we also want to improve the level of housing delivery in the country, okay, by contributing the 100,000 within the time frame. Hopefully, we may even exceed that target. But the strategy to achieve that is essentially to work in partnerships with other groups. We have real estate developers all across the country whose business is to build houses for people to buy. So we improve our level of funding. As I said, we intervene in the supply side of the market. So part of the strategy is to say how we can improve the level of financial intervention into the housing supply side of the market so that we have more houses being constructed. And of course, once those houses are being constructed, it translates into the demand side that we fund also for Nigerians to own those houses. Part of that also is we are also leverage on the programs and the policies of the federal government and of the state governments as well. So the federal government has a housing plan for Nigerians, is operated by the ministry. There's also a program which is championed by the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, which is Cooperative Housing Initiative. FMBN is the major implementer under that program of cooperative housing, and we have been championing it. The level of the number of loans we have been giving out to cooperative societies has increased dramatically over the past 2 years in which this the cooperative housing project has been working. So we leverage on that being a federal government policy. But of course, we also have states which have very ambitious housing programs and policies as well. So FMBN is there to key to those states that have such policies. If the states would provide the land, we are ready to finance the construction of houses of those lands. And one of the instrumentalities in which we have been doing it, and which we hope to improve upon, is our collaboration with the labor centers. I'm talking of the Nigerian Labour Congress, I'm talking of the Trade Union Congress, I'm talking of the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, which represents all workers within the Nigerian environment. So we have a collaboration with the labor centers to deliver houses specifically meant for Nigerian workers. We call it the National Affordable Housing Workers Housing Scheme. So we have been working on that. We jointly write letters to all state governments to provide land for FMBN to provide construction finance for houses to be built for the workers within that state. And within the 2 years or so that we've done that, we delivered about 1,500 houses in about 6 states of the in the 6 geopolitical, spread across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Now, if we had more states granting us granting us land for the development, we will see that significant rise in how fast and how quickly we can deliver houses to meet that target as specified by the board chairman.
Okay, I know that there's a high demand of housing in Nigeria, but let me just ask this question: is it possible that the FMBN do have houses that are unoccupied right now as it is? Are there houses that are available unoccupied?
They are
owned by the
federal government.
Yes.
Yes, there are houses that have been constructed and we're waiting for the offtake process to be concluded.
Okay.
So houses are built and we have a number of them. So we are marketing those houses so that Nigerians who are interested will come and take up those houses. But of course, we know that's a huge demand within the country. So Nigerians who are interested in owning FMBN houses can go online and see those houses that are available in areas in which they are interested in, and then they can.
So all this is online?
Yes, the information is provided online. So where we have houses available, it's provided online, and they can walk into any FMBN office across the country, in the state or a place where they are interested in owning those houses, and ask any of our officers or run.
I'm interested. You know, some people might be saying that this thing looks is kind of easier said than done. Right, but it's well. I know that the FMBN have been doing greatly. Let me even tell you, as a top manager, I'm interested. I need it.
So you're in the right place. The question to ask, I hope you have started contributing to the National Housing Fund, because that's the starting point.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to dive into that too.
Okay, that was an exclusive interview with 7FM TV correspondent Austin Sinum and Group Head Strategy and Performance Management, Mr. Oladapo Fakeye. Thank you very much. That was detailed. Let's quickly go on a short break, and when we come back, FMBN News this week.
To improve transparency and accountability in managing the NHF funds, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has introduced *219#. *219# is a new way to know the status of your NHF contribution from anywhere. To use this service, dial *219#. Select 1 to update your contact detail. Press 2 to check your contribution status in any month up to the last 5 years. You can also use our mortgage calculator and bulletin board by selecting options 5 and 6 respectively. You can access other services by using direct shortcodes like *219*3# to retrieve your NHF number, *219*4*1# to check your last 5 transactions, and *219*4*2# to check your statement of account. No internet connection required, and it is available on all networks. *219#. Simpler, smarter, faster. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Everyone deserves a home.
Welcome back. You are still until the program FMBN Podcast, and you are watching 7FM TV, proudly brought to you by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. We are talking about FMBN Podcast, so let's bring you FMBN News this week. And that's the much we have for you on FMBN Podcast this week. Thanks for joining us on this edition. Do well to join us next week for another educative edition of the program. You can follow us on all our social media handles displayed on your screen. At Instagram 7TV_NIG, at Twitter 7TV_NIG, at Facebook 7TV Nigeria, at YouTube 7FM-TV. You can visit our website at www.7media.ng and do well to visit www.fmbn.gov.ng for more information. Until I, Patience Okai, come your way next week, stay blessed.